the pressure's on.
Welcome to Experience Points, presented by our friends at Avtex, who transform customer experience through CX design and orchestration. On Experience Points, contestants earn points by answering customer experience questions and share their insight on how to make your interactions remarkable. Those points turn into dollars for the charity of their choosing. I'm Dan Gingiss.
And I'm Joey Coleman, and we'd love to introduce you to today's contestant. Brittany Hodak is the Chief Experience Officer at Experience.com. She's an international keynote speaker and award-winning business leader, and has had the honor of being listed on Advertising Age's 40 Under 40 list, Inc.'s 30 Under 30 list, and Billboard's 30 Under 30 list. Oh my goodness, she's accomplished more before she was 30 than most people will accomplish in a lifetime. Brittany, welcome to Experience Points.
Thank you so much, Joey. I am thrilled to be here with you and Dan. I am a fan of the show, so this is a very cool moment for me.
Well, we are super excited to have you, Brittany, and we know that you're playing for a very special organization today. Can you tell us who you'll be playing for, and why did you decide to play for them today?
Absolutely. So I'm playing for Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots is my very favorite charity, not only because it's run by the U.S. Marine Corps and almost 97% of every dollar donated goes to help children in need, but also because I just am in love with their mission of spreading joy and making every child feel like they matter, because they wake up on Christmas morning and get to enjoy the feeling that Santa didn't forget them and Santa didn't leave them out. So every single year, the U.S. Marine Corps delivers millions and millions and millions of toys to children in need across communities everywhere in the U.S., and I am just proud to be a super fan of the organization.
Well, I love it, Brittany. Speaking of spreading joy, anybody that knows you, anybody that gets to spend time with you knows that that's your standard operating procedure. So we're excited to have you playing for such a fantastic cause today. Now that we know who you're playing for, let's get into the first game. Today we're going to be playing Fake or Fact.
In Fake or Fact, examine 3 similar experiences. Some are real, some are not. Your task is to determine the fake from the fact. Each experience correctly detected is worth 100 points. 3 correct answers will earn you 200 bonus points, for a possible score of 500 points.
You ready to play and make some money today?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, Brittany. Well, it seems like almost every brand or store or celebrity or even random person on the street has an email newsletter these days. And while some provide valuable content, many don't, which is why we are such fans of the now legally required unsubscribe button. Now, before someone leaves a list, some newsletters try to be creative in their efforts to get people to stick around. We're going to present 3 sample newsletter unsubscribe messages for you to consider. I'll share all 3, and then you get to decide whether each one is fake or fact. Now, the first one is actually a video from the marketing team with the following message. Okay, I get it. You don't want to hear from me anymore. That's fine. I mean, you clicked on the emails. You know, I know you clicked on them. I know what you clicked on. Okay, that sounds kind of creepy. I wasn't like cyber stalking, like I wasn't checking you out on Facebook or anything. Like I was just forget that part. Just forget that part. There was a notification. I didn't even look at it. It just popped up. Well, it's definitely over. I just blew it there. That's number 1. Number 2 is a landing page where you can either confirm your unsubscribe or watch a video of the CEO getting doused unexpectedly with water balloons while in a meeting at the organization's conference room. And number 3 is a link to an exit video where you're allowed to either confirm your unsubscription or watch a video of Boyz II Men singing their classic song, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. Now, Brittany, those are 3 potential newsletter unsubscribe responses. It's time for you to decide which ones are fake and which ones are fact. Let's go to that first one, the script from the video that the marketing team would send you that basically ends with, well, it's definitely over. I just blew it because it gets more awkward as the person tries to explain why you were even on the list in the first place. Brittany, what do you think? Fake or fact, and why do you think that?
Gosh, I'm gonna go with fake. And I'm not 100% confident in the answer, but I feel like rather than saying I just blew it, there would probably be something at the end funny trying to get them to change their mind. So I'm gonna go with fake.
Gotcha. Now, one thing I will tell you, Brittany, and we've learned over several contestants here on Experience Points, is it's okay to trust your instinct. Don't overanalyze these things. But if your gut is telling you that something's real or your gut is telling you something's fake, go ahead and trust those instincts without micromanaging it too much. That being said, are you sure you want to go with your answer? Or do you want to change it?
But I will. I'm going to say fake.
You're going to say fake? But you're not sure?
Just telling me, and now I'm overthinking you telling me not to overthink. I'm going to go with fake.
Good job, Joey.
All right. Going with the answer fake, final answer, and sadly, Brittany, this one is actually fact. This is the HubSpot email unsubscribe from Dan Sally. It's a super awkward video, but nonetheless is a way to bring a little, hopefully, levity to the unsubscribe process. Don't worry, we've got more questions to go. Let's go to that second one, where you have the option to either unsubscribe or see a video of the CEO getting doused with water balloons while in the conference room. What do you think, fake or fact?
I'm going to go with fact.
You're going to go with fact. Okay. And the answer is yes, indeed, fact. Fantastic, Brittany. This is actually the unsubscribe button for Charity Water, an amazing nonprofit. The CEO, Scott Harrison, is a really playful guy, and you can either unsubscribe or, if you stay on the list, watch a video of him. We've got some still shots and screenshots you can see of the video. It's a crazy fun video and a great way for their brand personality to come out. Let's go to the last one. We're 1 for 1. Let's see if we can take it over the top. You get to that unsubscribe, and it's a video of Boyz II Men singing their iconic It's So Hard to Say Goodbye song. Brittany, what do you think? Fake or fact?
I'm going to go with fact.
You're going to go with fact on this one. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
No? All right.
I don't know. You've got a chance. You can adjust the answer if you want.
All right. I'm gonna go with fake because I feel like you wouldn't be trying to take toys away from kids by getting me to change my mind. So
that is good logic, and we are big fans of the kids.
I know Joey loves kids.
And while I imagine Boyz II Men are big fans of the kids as well, the answer is fake. You are correct. Yay! You got that one right. Woo!
Can I tell you my favorite unsubscribe that I've seen lately? It was not an email unsubscribe. It was canceling a subscription to a SaaS product. And I got to the page and it said, pick who you want to fire. Our CTO or our CMO. It was like, who screwed up? Who should get fired because you're opting out? And you know what I did? I was like, I'm going to pay for this for a couple more months. I like these guys. This is funny.
That's amazing.
I love it.
That's great. And you know what? It's like we're saying in the game about trusting your instinct, which now we've learned you shouldn't do all the time, only some of the time. But I love that, that they got you to actually change your mind through that for a little bit of old-fashioned guilt, but hey, whatever works. So I think the point of this discussion and of this game is really about the fact that every communication point along the customer journey offers us an opportunity to create an experience. And yet so many times we neglect to do that because we have a very standard unsubscribe, you've been unsubscribed. We don't take any opportunity to be creative or different. Have you experienced anything either in the companies that you've worked with or just even as a consumer, great example that you just shared, of other ways that communication can affect the experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now I'm the Chief Experience Officer of Experience.com, and I love to say that experience is everything, meaning CX and EX are the number one way you can both future-proof your business and also set yourself apart from competitors in your space, but also everything is experience. Every email you send, every social post, every unsubscribe button is the opportunity to really let your brand voice shine. And if you miss that opportunity, as you said, that's really unfortunate because you're not doing anything to set yourself apart from your competitors.
Oh, so true, Brittany. And you know what I think is interesting about brand voice is so many brands worry about going too far with their brand voice. They worry about creating a personality when the reality is your customers are humans. They like humor. They like playfulness. They like those type of interactions that show that you have some real personality or you have some real flair behind the scenes. Can you talk a little bit about how to walk that line and really make the brand voice unique and capture the human spirit of the employees who are working for the organization, not just kind of the staid corporate speak that so many of us have become familiar with?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think part of it starts with understanding what it is that your company is doing and who your customers are and when you're talking to them. Like if you are operating funeral homes, probably not the time to inject humor or comedy into the brand voice, right? But most of us aren't dealing with life and death situations, and we're not necessarily dealing with customers who are coming to us for some sort of complaint resolution most of the time. So it's finding that right mix of how joyous you can be. I'm a huge fan of empowering your employees, letting them know that it's okay to let their personality shine. I am not a fan of signing communications with the company name or attributing anything to the company, because companies don't have feelings. They can't communicate. They're not people. They can't apologize. That's a big one. I hate it when people apologize and sign it with the name of the company. So I am a huge fan of letting all of your employees inject their own personality into the interpretation of your brand's voice. And a company who does an amazing job of this is Chewy, my favorite online pet food retailer. And from the instant that I made my first purchase at Chewy, I was hooked because I submitted, I was buying prescription dog food online for my dog. And there was a message that said, you've got to send us the prescription authorization from your vet for us to fill this order. And so I sent a really bland email that was just, hello, here's the prescription authorization, thanks. And the email that I got back was so full of personality, was so much fun. They mentioned my dog Bear by name, which I hadn't done in my email. It was on the prescription. There were all these fun puns like, we're here 24/7 to offer a helping paw, just give us a bark. The email was signed Over and Snout. They welcomed me into the Chewy family, just like all of these fun little things that you can do in what you might not be thinking as marketing space, but it absolutely is. Anytime you're interacting with your customers, it's an opportunity to share that brand voice and make an impression.
I want to talk about the last piece of we're trying to, obviously, an unsubscribe, and in these examples, the idea is to try to retain the customer. But even if you can't retain the customer, can you talk a little bit about leaving them with a chuckle or a smile on their face, or at least a good feeling about the company? Because maybe the company isn't for them at this moment, but they still have the possibility of being a referral source or something down the road.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so important, right? Like a no today is not a no forever. It's also not a you're never going to be right for anyone I know at any time. So leaving on good terms. It's like, if you're in high school and you're dating the kid who has the awesome pool at their house, like you don't want to end things on bad terms, right? Because even if you're not going to go to the prom together, you probably want to go to some of those pool parties with your friends. So doing everything you can to preserve the relationship, to remove the friction, because you're right. Just because somebody isn't a customer doesn't mean that they can't refer lots and lots of qualified people to you. And, I'm always of the opinion that an unsubscribe is not a bad thing. Give me 100 engaged fans over 100,000 followers who are apathetic any day of the week. When people are unsubscribing, all they're saying is, I don't need what you have to offer right now. It's not a I hate you, go away forever. So don't worry too much about unsubscribes. And if you can, interject some humor or use it as an opportunity to learn a little bit more about what was the purpose of that unsubscribe, right? And we've all seen the standard, like, oh, I didn't sign up for this list. I got more communication than I thought I was going to. I'm not interested anymore. Use those questions and those prompts as the opportunity to learn a little bit more about why you're seeing, exodus from your list if it's an alarming amount.
Oh, I love it, Brittany. So many great ideas there of how to make the most of every interaction and to not read too much into a customer's behavior without taking the opportunity to explore why they made that decision to leave you, to unsubscribe, to purchase, to not purchase. Absolutely love the wisdom and the insights there. All right, Dan, let's recap how Brittany did playing Fake or Fact.
Well, Joey, in this game, correct answers are worth 100 points, and Brittany answered 2 questions correctly, which means she earned 200 points. These points convert into dollars, which means Brittany earned a $200 donation to Toys for Tots. Congratulations, Brittany.
Yay! Thanks, Dan.
This concludes this episode of Experience Points. Check out more games with Brittany and our other celebrity contestants at experiencepointsgame.com. That's experiencepointsgame.com. We'll see you soon for more examples of remarkable customer experiences here at Experience Points, powered by Avtex.
The topic today is an interesting one because, I actually spent a lot of time over the weekend going through and unsubscribing from a lot of newsletters, and it wasn't necessarily because any of them individually were invaluable to me. I just was ending my day with 40 emails in my personal email of just, that day's promotions, and I think that that's an interesting thing that some of these newsletters or these emails have turned into is, hey, what are we going to promote to you today, rather than figuring out what's valuable to me and my time and continuing to educate me and pull me along into a relationship with that brand.
Well, and I think one of the points they made was, this idea that says every touch point in the journey is an opportunity to create an experience and that experience aligning to your brand promise, including what many people think is kind of like the last step of the experience is when you hit unsubscribe or you cancel the subscription that Brittany was talking about. I think we need to change our thinking, and that many times when we think about journey mapping, because many times we visualize it as a linear process, it's really a cyclical process, and that unsubscribe is just another data point. It's another interaction point that you can express your brand in a positive way, and if you do that, that helps then recycle that or cycle through that relationship in a way that'll bring them back perhaps. And so, let's not think about it as the end of the journey, and therefore we don't care, but let's think about it as a step in the journey that's more cyclical than it is linear.